Hi, students asked me to help them with question 6 of the short answer section in chapter review. That's page 147. So if you could go there now, I'll just wait for you. Maybe pause it. Right, you come back? Great. So as you can see, the question says, write x as the subject of each formula. So first of all, I'll use a calculator and I'll do exercise C. So it's just a case of menu. Remember algebra 3, 1. Menu 3, 1. Put in the equation. Remember, it's got to have that equal sign in it, and it certainly has. So that's 4. I always like to put the times. X minus 2. Here's our equal sign. So it's an equation. And 7x plus y. 7x plus y. Now, some of you say, oh, hang on, what's this y doing here? Don't worry, just comma. And what do you want to get by itself? We want to make x the subject. That's what we mean by subject. Get it by itself. So all we have to do is type x and press enter. And there's your answer. Okay, so we can do that for all of the others. So ignore any extra pro numerals. Just focusing on getting x by itself. Now, how do we go about doing this manually? Well, first write the question out. So we got 4x minus 2 equals 7x plus y. And so remember, we need to focus on x. X is what we're trying to get by itself. And as you can see, they're on to both sides. So we need to first collect. We like to collect to the side that has the most. So in this case, we're going to get rid of the 4x. And how do we get rid of 4x? Well, we do the opposite, which is minus 4x. What I do on one side, I do to the other. And we end up with minus 2 equals 3x plus y. Now, we're ready to get still x by itself. As I say, that's our focus. Don't get caught up with all the other pronumerals. Is x by itself? Well, clearly, and someone might like to try this. What's the first thing that's happening to x? It's being multiplied by 3 and then added by y. So we have to do the opposite and we have to undo it. So we do it in that direction. We're going to get rid of the minus y first, plus y first, by minusing y to both sides. So we minus y, and that cancels out and leaves us with minus 2 minus y equals 3x. Then we need to do the opposite of times 3, which is divide by 3. Remember, the first thing that we do is the last thing we get rid of, and we divide it by 3. Now, that's easily done by divide by 3, and all of that has to be divided by 3. And so the 3's cancel out, and we're left with x equals minus 2 minus y over 3. Now, they have recognized that there is a common factor, and the common factor is minus 1. So that's why they might have something like this. So let's check our calculator again. And yes, they certainly did. It took the minus 1 out. Remember, 1 doesn't have to show up. So that's how you get or do question 6a. Always, if you get stuck, remember this exercise is so easy with the solve function. Remember, we're only trying to get x as the subject. And when it comes to doing it manually, remember, we just focus on the pronumeral, find out what's happening to it, and undoing it by using the opposite operation. Hope that helped.